Hey Trailblazers, what is up? Once again, it's your award-winning coach, Consolata, and today I'm going to be sharing the first 2 habits that are shared in this book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So the very first habit is to be proactive. What do we mean by being proactive? It means that action taken based on values and not on the conditions that surround us. Like, you don't react to situations in a bad way, like in an instant moment. For example, when someone makes you angry and then you immediately just bombard them with a lot of words that you may later regret. We can take this in the instance of relationships, and then you end up regretting and you can't take your words back. So as an effective person, you're operating from a place of proactivity, not reactivity. You're not reacting to situations, but you are proactive towards situations. Now, when we speak about proactiveness, how can I become proactive? Now, this is about setting your values, your mission, your goals. Like, who am I as a person? What are my core values? Is it integrity? Is it honesty? Is it hard work? What are my core values? So with each instance, you go back with whatever situation that you face in this life. You always go back and like, okay, what do my values say about this particular situation? Like, you don't want to react in a way that leads to making the situation even worse than it originally was. So proactiveness allows you to stay calm. Like, you're not controlled by the weather, but you control your weather around you. I mean, that's exciting to say, but really you control your weather. Unlike like in the natural state where we're talking about how it gets cold and it gets hot and you have to adjust to that. But when you're a proactive person, you control your reaction, you control how you react towards a certain situation. So some people may do you wrong and expect you to react a certain way, but no, you're just calm and composed. You decide how you want to react in a particular situation, how you want to react towards life in general, like how you determine how you see life, how you view life. When we even speak of reactivity, we understand that there are things that are already said that have been happening for years and years, but you decide that, no, you know what? I am not going to be part of those people that think this particular way and actually fall into that bracket of people who have adapted to systems that have already been set in motion. But I am going to take the initiative to introduce something new, something exciting, something innovative. So proactivity also cascades into areas where you take initiative. At your workplace, you realize that there are certain areas that are not being done well. You stand up, you rise and say, okay, I take initiative. I could help my boss in such and such a way. I could introduce such and such programs. You know what? It doesn't hurt to try. It doesn't hurt to send a proposal to your boss that, I think we should do things this and this way. I think it would be more effective. And if they do accept or not, that's totally up to them. But you have done something. In the actual book, they give an example of a boss who was so innovative, brilliant mind, like brilliant creative ideas and solutions, but his human interaction with people was the worst. Like, it was just trash, right? Like, he might have a brilliant idea, but when people tried to, help, like in terms of how we can actually put the project together. Like, how you can have an idea, but it needs polishing. And if you have good friends, like friends that I have, they'll actually help you to polish it so well that when you finally put a project out there, it's literally so beautiful, right? He had a brilliant mind, brilliant ideas, but his interaction with people was the worst. He never wanted to listen to what other people said or their contributions, their thoughts, their opinions. Then there was a proactive worker who took the people under his arms and covered for his boss, such that they became a unified partner, and in the end they actually become business partners. And taking initiatives may actually open doors for you that you never thought or imagined, but simply because he took the initiative that the things that my boss does wrong, I am going to do right. If I do them right, and then probably the people will also begin to follow what I do. Like, for example, people would be gossiping his boss in the corridors, but he chose to not be a part of those and would encourage people that let's do this, let's do that, and so forth. Initially, the boss was intimidated, like, who are you? What are you trying to do at this workplace? Till eventually the boss accepted that, you know what, this person is covering my tracks, this person is helping the company to move forward. So take initiative today, be proactive. Like, even if everyone is complaining about the economic situation, be proactive. What are you doing about it? What action are you taking towards making your personal situation even better? Number 2 is to begin with the end in mind. What do we mean by beginning with the end in mind? We mean that you are thinking ahead, years and years and years ahead. You know, let's take, for example, I just want to pose a question to you right here, right now. If I asked you right now, what's your plan? What's your vision? Someone will immediately give me in less than 10 minutes, this is my life plan. I want to do this. I want to move from this place to that place to that place. Of course, God willing, but you understand that they have a plan and they're making steps, taking steps towards that plan. And then there's someone's like, I want money. What do you want to use the money for? Have you got a vision? Right? That needs that provision. Like, why do you need the money? Some people just want money to splash. Then there are those that have the vision and are just waiting for the provision. Once those particular people have the provision, you will see them becoming billionaires and millionaires, because that's how it works. Begin with the end in mind. Don't just be walking blindly. Each day, decide that you are taking a step closer to your goal. You don't have to take 1,000 steps per day. No. One step, a step at a time, until you get to your goal and to your vision, and realize that even as you continue to walk in that journey, your mind becomes more exposed. You begin to see more and more and more of the things that you actually desire and of the possibility of where and who you can become. So it's so important that begin with the end in mind. Come up with a plan. And this is my journal that I use. And each week I set goals for the week, which is more effective to actually set goals for the week, because it enables you to know what you are doing in that particular week. Okay, can you see, this ticked goals for the week? Also, having goals for the week helps me in terms of not feeling pressure. If something all of a sudden, like if something came out of nowhere and needed my attention, that enables me to still do something and know that even if I didn't manage to do this today, I can still do it within the frame of that week. So I don't feel bad. I don't feel too much pressure, but it just allows me to achieve my goals and to be grateful for the things that I'm able to achieve. And it also just gives you a feeling of accomplishment when you've ticked everything on your list, and it's just like, okay, I am actually killing this. And then in the second habit, it speaks about by design or by default. When we speak of by default, we're speaking about transgenerational ideas, opinions that have been passed down from generation to generation, from pastors to pastors, from your parents to you, they got it from their grandparents and their parents, and the list goes on, right? It's something that you inherit. And sometimes it's good to inherit some characteristics, some values. For example, if your parent is hardworking, that's a good trait to inherit. But also the most powerful is by design, where you create your life, your future. It doesn't matter where you are right now, but you create it by design. You are designing the end that you want to see. Okay. Now I'm going, church. I was about to say hallelujah. Yes, but generally you are actually beginning with that end in mind. What is the end that you desire? Not an end that someone said, that your friends, that your acquaintances said you should have, but what's the end that you want for yourself? What's the end that's gonna make you happy when you finally look and are like, okay, I actually killed this. By being a designer, you understand that you are the creator of your own life. Like, God gives you ideas, God gives you this and this, but you are the one that says, okay, now I'm working towards creating my desired end. right? It's so important to create that balance and understand, you know what? I have to put in the work. I have to be consistent. Like the small little habits that I do on a daily basis are actually going to amount to something bigger. And if your consistent habits are reading a book, listening to educative, encouraging podcasts that are in relation to the work that you're doing, then definitely you are going to grow. But if you are watching TikTok and laughing all day, porn, if you're watching porn or masturbating all day, then you actually do not have the time. And you know, the thing about porn is that there is a hormone that's released, and once that hormone is released, your body becomes tired. Like it's like a hormone for excitement, and once you've reached your climax, you can't even work after that. You can't do anything after that. Okay, I was just passing by there, but it's so important that you stay focused. Stay focused. Keep the end in mind. Like, what is your family going to say? Imagine yourself writing an obituary, like a speech that people would say at your funeral. What would your family, your children, your friends, your pastors, your acquaintances, people you worked with, people you met randomly, what would they say about you? And what would you say about you? I know for sure that I would have empowered people to walk in purpose, to win in purpose, because I just want you to go out there and smash this purpose thing. And your purpose can look like your career. It may be embedded in your career. Like the WhatsApp people are really working in purpose, because now we can have audio calls, we can send voice notes, we can we can subscribe, we can do so much. We're not missing out anything the moment that we turn on the notifications bell on YouTube. So they're doing so much, and their purpose is embedded in that, because it has allowed myself to grow, and you who is watching this video right now, whether via Instagram or YouTube, to actually be able to access this. So it's important. Begin with the end in mind. What would you have to say about yourself on the day of your burial? What good thing are you going to say? Or are they going to say she was stingy, lazy, dirty, Or are they going to say, she was a woman of faith. She loved the Lord. She had a sweet aura around her. He was so hardworking. He traveled internationally, making global impact. What are people going to say about you? Like, if you are on this platform, I declare that you're meant for global impact. Like, you're not just meant to be a local champion, but to make global impact. And I want you to believe it in yourself, to affirm yourself, right? That I really am meant for more. I am called for more. I am called for greater than what default says, but by design, I am called for more, and I am winning. I am taking international stages. I am a trailblazer. I am making waves, because we can't just be ordinary people. We can't just do things the ordinary way. May God give you God ideas that are so Holy Spirit inspired, that have never been heard before, never been discussed by anyone, but God just gives you a light bulb moment, that we may be able to be proactive people who begin with the end in mind and begin to work towards it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you actually learned something that you can apply in your day-to-day life. I love you so much. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, to follow, like, comment, share, and everything that's done on the internet. I love you so much. Bye. Mwah.